Alright, you're welcome back again to the session 2 of this unit. So as we have looked at the duties of the employer and the rights of the employee, in this session, we are also going to look at the duties of the employee, the duties, what the employee is supposed to perform, as well as the rights of the employer. At the end of this, we should be able to explain the duty of the employee, identify and explain the rights of the employer, and we should be able to draw the distinction or the relationship between employee's duty and employer's right. So it is our responsibility. So I'm going to look at the rights. I'm basically going to draw the rights and the duties. So it is our responsibility to read and know how we can actually draw the relationship that exists between these two entities. So one of the duties of the employee is that the employee is obliged to report for work regularly and punctually. So if you're an employee who has been employed to work in a particular organization, you are expected to be punctual and regular at work. If for whatever reason you cannot report to work, you need to give a prior notice to the employer. You don't behave like as if the organization belongs to you. Because at the end of the day, you are going to be paid, and therefore you need to work to be paid. So it is a duty of the employee to also report to work regularly and punctually to ensure productivity. Yes, it is a duty of the employee to ensure that they are productive or to enhance productivity. They need to contribute to the outcome of the organization. To exercise due care in execution of an assigned work, you have to exercise due care. You don't need to be negligent. You don't need to, like nothing cares about you, because the aftermath of everything has an effect on the organization. To protect the interests of the employer, yeah. To help all the employees in the organization to be a protector or, a gatekeeper to the organization or to the employer. They need to be able to protect the interests of the employer in any form, to obey lawful instructions regarding the organization and execution of his or her work. So all the lawful instructions that is being given or outlined by the organization or by the employer, they need to be able to abide by all these lawful instructions. To take all reasonable care for the safety and health of fellow workers. Don't do something that would have a health implication on the rest of the workers or any other worker within the organization. Now, the rights of the employer. So in the section 8, it spells out some of the rights of the employer. To employ a worker, they have the right to employ a worker, discipline, transfer, promote, and terminate the employment of the worker. So the employer, they have the right to employ. They have the right to discipline them when they do things that are not right. They have the right to transfer. Sometimes organizations transfer as a result of what? Punishing one worker. They sometimes transfer as a result of promotion. So transfer here, the word transfer here does not necessarily mean positive or negative. So there are instances where one employee will be transferred as a result of his or her hard work to a better place. And there are instances where the employee will also be transferred as a result of certain deviant behavior. They have the right to promote even within the same jurisdiction of the organization. They can promote. Have the right to terminate when they think that the employee is not being productive. They have the right to be able to do any other form of lawful activity. To formulate policies, execute plans and programs to set targets. So the employer has the right to formulate certain policy that will regard the working environment. They also have the right to modify, extend, or ease operation. Have the right to determine the type of product to make or sell and the price. It's not the right of the employees to determine the prices. Anything seen of that is not lawful, and therefore the employee can be punished or be sanctioned. So this is what you are basically supposed to know. So we have considered the duties of the employee and the rights of the employer as given in the section 11 and 8 of the Act, respectively. So we should be able to draw the relationship. So what is the relationship that exists between the employer and that of the duty of the employer and the duty of the employee? That is a question for you to actually have an answer for it based on your reading. Okay. So to exercise due care in the execution of an assigned work is duty of what? So who is obliged to exercise due care in the execution of an assigned work? Yeah, so of course it is the duty of the employee to exercise due care. So we should be able to answer some of these questions. Who is your co-worker? What is the form of an administration work? Now the duties of the employee translate to the rights of an employer, true or false. So this is actually what spells out the relationship that exists between the duty and then the rights of these individuals. So the duties of the employee translate to the rights of what the employer. So as we have said, the employers have the rights, right? So this of course is true. Thank you very much.